Whoa! Today on the program, I install a ROG Arian 10 gigabit network card. Of course, came with the Maximus X399 super crazy motherboard I have for Threadripper. But why would I need that? Am I installing some sort of insane network? Well, no. I got really fast internet, and I'm worried that the 1 gigabit network card in this thing is actually bottlenecking it. So let's go ahead and fire her in. Boop! And get started. Woo!
Timmy Joe reviews anything.
Reviewing computer parts on YouTube.
That's
Woo! Gotta be pumped on that, right, Will? Computer parts! Woo!
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is Timmy Joe. I make videos about computers all over the internet. And why are we installing a 10 gigabit network card underneath the old Radeon 7 there? Well, it's a pretty good, way to test some ridiculously fast internet that I've just procured. And I wanted to ask the question, is it worth it to get fiber internet? Because I actually have both my old cable internet, and that can only go so fast with the bandwidth that's, the throughput you can put through a coaxial cable. To switch over to fiber, is it really worth it, especially with prices and stuff like that? Well, I'll let you decide, and I know this isn't going to be an apples-to-apples comparison because, unless you live in my area, you're not going to be able to get the exact same services, especially how 40% of my audience is in the US. But there's a lot of you out there that might, want to see just the capabilities of fiber internet, and I thought I'd give you a little tour. So, woo, there we go. This is the package that I got, the gigabit 1.5, man, 1.5 gigabit internet, and that's from Bell for $114.95 a month. Now, that sounds expensive. I know a lot of you are going to be like, dude, you afford that much internet? Well, we use the internet a lot in my house. I'm a content creator. I need some fast uploads, and I was paying like $90 for the fastest cable package anyways, and we don't subscribe, like the cable internet, we don't have cable or satellite or any sort of television. We use Netflix and stuff exclusively, so, a little bit of torrenting if, whatever, but that's how we do things, is just through the internet, so it alleviates other costs. We don't have a phone line, we don't have other, whatever. So 1.5 gigabit, it's ridiculous, and the upload speed is almost a gigabit. It's goddamn ridiculously fast. And so I wanted to make sure that I had, my gigabit network card that comes on the Threadripper system here isn't fast enough, but thankfully the Zenith Extreme motherboard, the X399, comes with its own 10 gigabit network card, and I've never installed it. So I installed it now so we can really see the speeds. So right now I'm just on the cable connection, and it's a direct wired connection to the router, which is then plugged into my cable modem. And I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of speed tests here. We'll do the Google one just for quick sakes. So this Cat 6 is connected directly from this room in the upstairs of my house. I ran a line on the outside of the house. It's the fastest kind of networking cable that you can really get. Should work with 10 megabit, sort of. I'm sure. I'm the one that did crimp the cable, so who knows, but we're getting an 87 megabit per second upload. That's about 10 megabytes a second with a only 9 megabit a second upload, which is about a megabyte a second, okay? We'll do that again here just with, we already ran it before, but on speedtest.net, which actually tends to get a little bit better result, just so we have, a couple of sources here to kind of judge how fast the internet really is. So we see here, it's actually going faster. I think it'll actually hit about 100 usually, so that's not bad. It's about 12 megabytes a second at max. And what's weird is I've seen that cable internet go 16 megabytes a second. So I don't know, it must have gotten slower, or there's more congestion on the network or something like that. But we're getting a 10 megabit a second upload. Again, that's 1 megabyte a second. That's fast, but it's not ridiculously fast. It's really slow for 4K videos. If I want to switch to 4K, I've got a Panasonic G7, and you'll see this video is in 4K. You can see my ugly mug in 4K. And it takes forever, as we'll demonstrate in a second, to upload a video to YouTube. So I'm going to go to Microsoft. I always think they might have the fastest download servers, and they're one of the only people that it's like fairly easy to go ahead and download like real files from them, not using like a package installer where you can't really tell how fast things are going. So if we hit the download here and we, this 1.9 gigabyte file, file. If I go ahead and download that, boof, let's see in Chrome how fast it actually gets up to. So 5 megabytes a second, 6. I know that's fast, and a lot of you guys out there are probably still running some old internet or can't afford the faster internet or whatever. And you're like, are you serious, Timmy Joe? 9 megabytes a second is too slow for you. That's pretty much where it maxes out here, so I'm not going to download the whole file. We'll hit cancel on that, and then I'll just show you how bad it is for the upload. So this is a 4 gigabyte file. It's 4K, and it's 10 minutes long. So I upload 20-minute videos all the time to YouTube. So let's just see how long I'm going to have to wait when I want to go to upload my only 10-minute file. So it gives us an approximation of how long it's going to take to upload this file. It is a 10-minute video that I edited in a couple hours. It took, I want to get this up, for the end of the day kind of thing. And I've got to fire it in here and wait an hour and 43 minutes, an hour. Okay, it's going to probably go down to about an hour and 25 minutes or something like that. So that's an hour and 25 minutes I have to wait for it to even be on Google servers. And then now there are maybe 45 minutes for it to process that 4K file, because it takes a while. It takes no time at all to process a 1080p file, but a 4K file on YouTube, it can take anywhere up to an hour, depending on the size of it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's getting down there, about an hour 15, and it's leveled out an hour 14. Let's say it takes an hour. At best case scenario. And I've just restarted the cable modem. I just restarted the computer. I put the better network card in it. So this is a real case scenario. I'm gonna have to wait an hour to get this 10-minute video onto YouTube if I want to use 4K. So let's go ahead and we'll just cancel this out and cancel upload. Let's go ahead and go downstairs, and I'll show you, I'll switch the internet over, and I'll show you the box we got and everything. That way you can kind of have an idea of what kind of equipment is provided with this. All right, say hi to the doggy. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Yeah. All right. So this is my living room and whatever media center, and the cable modem's in there, not a big deal. So this is the box you get with the Bell system, and you have to use their router because it's literally, if you want to, got a fiber wire going right into it. Now you could use your own router, I guess, but it's a router and it's a Wi-Fi, whatever. It's all the stuff you're going to need, unless you've got some really high-end, sort of networking equipment. But I don't know, there's some, feels like buttons on there you can lock. You can probably do that thing where you WSSID or whatever, where you link without a passcode. That's my old router. We're going to go ahead and take the Cat 6, plug it in the back. One of these junction boxes. Clickety click, bang some stuff, drop some stuff. Oh no, the Google Home Mini. Okay, Google, tell a joke.
Why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn? Because he had a great fall.
Yeah.
Why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn? Because he had a great fall.
Are you stuck in a feedback loop? All right, so we've got the internet switched over, and there's some, you could probably hook up some storage in here as well. There's some USB 3s on the side. Haven't really looked into that too hard. It's the connected desktop G10TFK. Oh, okay, it just actually has a display on it. I didn't realize that. So my computer just connected to it. So that's cool. So there's nothing in the way of that going directly to my PC upstairs. I've taken out all the switches and stuff. And then with the Bell, you get these little things, and you put them all over your house, and it extends your Wi-Fi network to anywhere they're plugged in. Little repeaters, and they're seamless. So there's 5 of those strewn about my house that will allow me to get perfect Wi-Fi reception, which is nice because the driveway's through that window, and see? Now we can download podcasts in the car, and it'll actually work, because that always happens. So let's go back upstairs, and we'll get locked in and see how much better the fiber internet is. All right, so we're restarting the computer, see? And it's just to make sure that we clear the tubes. I don't know if it really makes any difference, but it'll reestablish the network connection and clear any caches and stuff like that, just so we're getting perfect results. And while it's doing that, thought I'd show you this. Ho-ho, some stuff for an upcoming build. You see, little RTX action, huh? Little X299 Dark that a viewer donated. some RAM and a power supply, and we already saw the Enermax Electech that I'm going to be using as the cooler on an undisclosed processor, which I have acquired with the aid of some people. Are you ever going to load Windows? This Threadripper motherboard. Here, I'll cut to the action. All right, Windows is all loaded back up, and I'm done looking at my awesome parts over here. So we can go ahead and test the fiber internet and see just how much better it is. And oh my goodness, spoiler alert, it is super, super better. So let's go ahead and hit go on the old speedtest.net. We'll see. We'll see. We're connected with a 10 gigabit network card directly into that router, that fiber router. And okay, I don't see that the changing the network cards actually changed the speed. Of course, I've already tested the speed on this. It's going 947 megabit a second. The old result was 100 megabit a second. We're going 10 times faster on the download. But what's more impressive, what's so much more impressive, is the upload, which I have seen actually parallel itself to where they were both 900, but the advertised speed is lower on the upload, and there's got to be a reason why it isn't going that fast now. But we're at 500 megabit a second, so that's like what, about, I can't even fathom how fast that is. In megabytes a second, let's do that thing because I'm dumb. 457 megabits in megabytes. 57 megabytes a second upload. When my download before the swap was 1 megabyte, or my download was 10 megabytes. So my upload is now 5 times faster than my download was on the Kajiko internet. That is absolutely mind-blowing. So we can go ahead and go back to the download section. We'll just hit, actually I think I can just go to downloads here and hit retry. And we'll download that Microsoft file again and see how fast the Microsoft file can download at, because what's funny about this is you can't actually download anything from the internet as fast as this internet will go. But we're seeing, we're downloading at 45, 52, 57, 62 megabytes a second there it peaked at. 62 megabytes a second I can get files from the internet now. That is goddamn ridiculous. Now obviously it like peaks and valleys like crazy, so you're not getting a full 60 megabytes, but the mere fact that it's getting to a low point of double what my internet was before, and my download wasn't my complaint before, is pretty freaking awesome. All right, now we're gonna check and see how long, I've had a little trouble getting the YouTube upload to work, but I think it's working now, so the hiccup or something like that. I'm gonna upload the exact same 4 gigabyte file here. It's 10 minutes long, it's 4K, and it was gonna take over an hour to upload with my previous internet connection. It's 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining. And like you can see here, 3.74 gigabytes is going to take 2 minutes to upload. Okay? That's unfathomable amount of speed. I know I'm really freaking out about it right now, but that pays for itself for me so that I can switch over to 4K. It's uploading the 4K files like 10 times faster. Like it would take 10 minutes at least to upload a 1080p video before that was 10 minutes or long, 10 minutes in length. It would take 10 minutes to upload at least, or I don't know, half hour we'll say. It's 47 seconds. I'm uploading a 4K file so it can start rendering over on YouTube like in a matter of minutes rather than a matter of hours. That is ridiculous. That means if I put a 20-minute video up there, it's only going to take 5 minutes to upload. That 100% makes this worth it in my opinion. And that's not the last test I'm going to show. Now, you can imagine at 10 megabytes a second how long a Steam game would take to download. But I haven't downloaded Devil May Cry yet, even though with the the Radeon 7, I got 3 free games, or it was passed along to me. Thank you very, very much. And yeah, if we go to Devil May Cry and hit install, it's going to take a little bit to prepare some local game files, but as soon as the upload starts, let's actually see, because we can actually see the how in Steam how fast you're downloading at, and that's also something that's going to help me out in the future, because I download a lot of games on Steam, and it'll make it so that I don't even care about transferring them via a hard drive over to a new computer or a new build that I've created, a new hard drive. I'll just hit the download button, because why not? Because it's going to probably take less time to download at 50 meg. Well, we'll see once it starts going going. So give me a second, because this always takes like 5 minutes or something like that with a big game. Okay, we are in focus, yes, and we have the download going, and it finally started. It takes about whatever amount of time if you Steam games, like 3 or 4 minutes to initialize the installation. But we're downloading now at 29 megabytes peak and 22.7 megabytes current. So it's downloading, you know, and it will get faster. We'll talk for a second here. 28. I've seen it go as high as 40 megabytes a second downloading from Steam. So, you know, a download that might have time initiated, saying about 23 minutes remaining, this might have taken an hour to download before, and especially if this speed starts getting up there. Maybe it's because it's the middle of the day, Friday, everyone's downloading Steam games or something like that. But I'll just do a little outro and see if it ramps up. So I've seen it go as high as 40. While downloading games yesterday. So this will significantly, like it's double the speed that I would have maxed out at before using my cable connection. In fact, I rarely saw over 6 megabytes a second download when I was downloading from Steam. But they have some of the fastest servers. I think it's probably just saturated right now. So in the end, is fiber worth it? Well, I don't know how the pricing is for this stuff down in the States, and I could do research and whatever, try and pander, but you can make your own decisions. Go to, see if you have fiber in your area. It's something that is being rolled out quite significantly, like, if it's reached my bumfuck nowhere town in, northern Ontario, then it must be reaching a lot of places. And that type of internet speed is, very helpful to content creators such as myself. And, gamers are going to love downloading stuff really quick, uploading to Twitch at 1080p, or maybe once it becomes possible to go further than that, I don't think it is right now, then you'll never have an issue uploading your Twitch stream using this kind of service. So 100% recommended, and it all depends on what you can afford, of course. But me, already having paid about $90 a month for the cable connection, I would have paid for this if it was $200, I think, a month. And it's only $25 more than I was paying, and I'm getting exponentially faster downloads and especially uploads. That's the big seller for me. The fact that you saw 2 minutes to upload a file that it was going to take over an hour to upload on YouTube, that is ridiculous. So yeah, we've peaked here, 47 megabytes a second. Well, 49, can we break 50? 53 megabytes a second downloading, 55. So there we go. That made the waiting around worth it. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe, Instagram and Twitter. I have an X299 build that you will be seeing next week. More just the testing on the chip. I got an engineering sample for an X299 chip. It's going to be pretty fun. I got the the RTX 1070, which I haven't shown on the channel yet or done any testing. Maybe we'll do a little comparison against Radeon. I'll just keep moving the camera. Radeon 7 over there. Is it worth it to spend the extra money on a 2080 or a Radeon 7 when, that RTX is pretty fast, actually. Playing Metro Exodus with RTX on, as long as you don't care about every single setting being blasted, it's a playable experience. So I'm excited to show that and have an Intel platform to overclock the snot out of on a X299 Dark motherboard that was donated by one of you wonderful people. So stay tuned next week so we can get some testing done on that. So we peaked out at 55 megabytes a second, and this 35 gigabyte file will be downloaded in about 12 minutes. And then I can start playing Devil May Cry. So that's Devil May Cry 5, I should say. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe, Instagram and Twitter. I would 100% recommend fiber, as long as you're the kind of person that's going to take advantage of the upload. The upload is the key for me, because the download, the internet hasn't quite, yes, you can get double the speeds, but the download on cable internet was pretty good as it is. The download part, you could live with I could live with on a cable connection, but that upload and the fact now that I can download Steam games so quick has really made me excited, as you could tell, about this new internet connection. And I hope it stays good. It's cool that I got those Wi-Fi repeaters all over the house now. That was included with the package. And now I've got Wi-Fi everywhere, internet everywhere, going blazing fast. 1 gigabit a second upload and download at certain times. That's crazy. And I hope you guys have a good day, and that maybe this helped you decide on whether or not fiber is worth it for you. But 100%, if you're seeing those cable speeds that I have, fiber is probably going to blow it out of the water. And there's better fiber out there, I'll guarantee you. This is just a new service, that's only popped up in the last couple months here in my hometown. So I'll see you guys in another video at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram, Twitter. Stay tuned for the X299 build coming to a Timmy Joe near you. Bye.